It's fasting day, so we don't have any fasting food to show you. We can show you fasting.
Right.
There's nothing here.
And just really quick for people that are new joining us, we fast twice a week, and what that means for us is we'll eat usually until about 6 or 6:30 the night before, and then don't eat again until anytime between 4:30 and 6:30 the next day.
And if you want details on why we fast and different options of fast and the way that we fast, there's an article on rnrjourney.com, which is the hashtag at the top there, rnrjourney.com. Go to articles, and then I think it's like 4 or 5 articles down. There's one on intermittent fasting, and I've really summarized the different options and why we do it and how we do it. So,
and that's free to read or to look at.
Yeah.
Always in there.
Yeah.
However, if you would like to become a member, that'd be fantastic as well, as we are including starting this month a Q&A, it's actually the 4th Tuesday of each month. This month. And that's just a live Q&A where we will take questions. If you have questions in advance you want to send us, you can do that as well. If you are already a member, you will be getting an email about that and login credentials and all the stuff for that as well.
Yep, and that'll be the 22nd of this month.
22nd.
So, but today I wanted to talk about calorie density, because I feel like calorie density is something that people don't really understand, and especially those of you who go on portion control diets. And I've told you before that I think portion control is ridiculous, because it's basically trying to tell 2.5 million years of evolution to eat less, and that's not the way we were designed. As humans, we're not designed to eat less than our bodies want, and we're not designed to eat more than our bodies need.
Not to mention the angst that people have because they can't eat, so they're restricted, and you feel
deprived,
left out, all that stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we're designed to eat exactly as much as we need to eat, as the exact nutrition that we're supposed to eat. That's the way our bodies are designed. Unfortunately, and we've talked about this in detail before, but I want to mention it briefly, the food industry has done a really good job of figuring out exactly how our receptors work and tricking our receptors, because that's how they make money. If they can trick us into eating more food than we actually need, they make more money.
And that's key. I mean, keep in mind, they're trying to make money. So if you eat a bag of Oreo cookies, yay, it means you got to go buy another bag of Oreo cookies, I mean, so.
So what happens is your body ends up taking in lots of calories, but not very much nutrition. And that's the way the industry has designed it. And then you end up being hungry because your body's like, I need more nutrition. And so calorie density relates directly to the number of calories compared to the amount of nutrition that you get from whatever you're eating, whatever that looks like. And the higher number of calories you get and the lower number of amount of nutrients you get, the higher the calorie density. And what that means is you can take in a lot of calories, but not end up with very much that your body actually needs to function, the nutrition that you actually need. Things like oil. We've talked a lot about oil, which is if you eat out or you eat processed food, it's in everything. Oil is very high in calories, but very low in nutrition. There's not a lot of value to it. So it's very easy to take in a lot of it, that then your body's like, well, it's straight fat, I can just store that, that's easy, but I still need more nutrition. And so what you have to try to do is look for foods that have more balance, that they have more nutrition to their caloric value. So you might be thinking, okay, well, great, how do I do that? Well, the first thing is you want to stay away from the processed foods, because processed foods, if it has a label on it that says these are the ingredients in it, and it has a whole host of things,
this long,
and it's designed to make a company money, it's not designed to be nutritious for you. That's not the way it's designed. That's not their goal. So you want to stay away from things that have man-made, generic created, whatever
names
that
you
is.
can't pronounce.
Well, and if it's in a package, it's probably not really food. It's going to be a lot of calories, but not a lot of nutrition.
And we'll be talking about this later on in the week, but the industry does a good job of getting okays from the government to rename things.
And hide stuff.
And hide stuff.
Yeah.
And the government comes in and says, oh yeah, okay, you can do that, until there's enough complaints, and then they say, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah. So the first thing you're going to want to do is stay away from a lot of processed foods. And I know that's not news, but it seems like whenever someone comes to work with me one-on-one and we start talking about how much, when I first say how much processed food you eat, they say, oh, no, not very much. But then we start looking into what their diet actually is, and it turns out there's a lot of processed food in their diet, whether that's prepackaged meals or processed meats, which are very dangerous for you, just on the cancer level. Processed meats, whether they're eating out a lot, whatever that looks like for you, I would encourage you to sit down and really talk about, look at how much processed food are you actually eating. That's the first place to start. The second place that you're going to find a lot of calories, but not as much as nutrition as your body needs, is in animal products. Animal products carry a lot of fat with them, even though there's protein, and people associate protein with things like chicken and meat and whatever, fish. It comes with a lot of fat as well. And the government has allowed, if it is 30% fat, they're allowed to stamp the word lean on it.
Right.
30% fat is a lot of fat.
That's a lot of fat.
And that's a lot of high calorie density, low nutrition density. So you're going to want to look for foods that have a lot of nutrition. And when I say this, you're going to be like, I don't like that food. I don't care. I eat it anyway.
Right.
Your greens. Greens are going to have a ton of nutrition, and they're low in calories. You can basically eat as many greens as you want. Now, go ahead.
I was just going to say, the amount of greens, the amount of vegetables, the amount of, we also eat starches too and potatoes, but just the greens and the fruits and the, nutrient.
Colored things.
That's the word.
Colored things.
The more colorful your meal is, the better off you're going to be.
Hey,
Good morning, Christian.
So you're going to want to eat greens. Now, you cannot live on greens alone. I've told you that before. We are not rabbits. Do not eat only greens. That will not work for you. Your body will not be happy. You will not feel full. But do get your greens. And whether that's spinach and kale and chard and whatever you're eating, those things are really good for you.
All those things in the supermarket and I used to wonder why. I said, what do they do with that? You eat it. It's good.
It's good for you. And I don't care whether you eat it raw or you eat it cooked. That doesn't matter to me. Mm-hmm. There are definitely things like tomatoes are great for you. They're even better if you cook them. Mm-hmm. Did you want to add something?
No, just eat a lot of tomatoes. You said tomatoes, I lit up. 'Cause I'm like, yes. Tomatoes, tomato sauce. Try not to have the oil, of course, but anything like that. Even salsa. There's just so many things that have tomatoes in it. Eat them.
And your peppers, again, very high nutrition, low calorie density. Those are going to be great for you. But those things are not going to make you feel full. They are awesome foods, and you must eat them. But the things that are going to make you feel full are your grains and your starches. So sweet potatoes, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, sweet potatoes and guacamole are an awesome mix. I definitely recommend that. I'll probably eat one of those today as my fasting meal. And grains, whether you're eating quinoa or black or brown rice. I just recently read that black rice has even more nutrition in it than brown rice does. I'm guessing it obviously tastes different, so I have to try that. I have to go buy some black rice and try it.
Right, and if you like bread and you want to try to find a way to eat bread, go to our website. And if you go to the recipes, that is the free recipe you can get. And we just updated it because now I use 100% organic whole wheat bread flour.
Yeah.
So you're getting all that. It's still a processed food, but it's minimally processed.
And as long as you aren't putting a lot of fat on it, that's definitely a better source of food for you.
We go through a loaf. We go through a loaf, I'd say, once every 4 to 5 days.
We do. And you eat more bread than I do.
I love bread.
He does.
I'm Italian. What can I tell you?
He does love bread. But yeah, as long as you're eating bread that has nutrition in it and you're adding things to it that have nutrition in it, that's great. Yes. So what you're going to want to look for those foods that are going to make you feel full, which is your starches and your grains. Mm-hmm. Add into them foods that have a lot of nutrition, which are your greens and your vegetables and your fruits. And that's going to give you a lot of bulk, so you feel full. That's the point. And then B, it's going to take time for your body to process it because there's fiber in it, which is going to keep you fuller longer. Mm-hmm. So if you're having trouble losing weight, it's probably a calorie density issue. I see a lot of people who are on diets who say they're really good for breakfast and lunch, and then come around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they just end up binge eating and they do terrible. That is a calorie density issue. It means you're not getting the nutrition you need, and you're at the end of the day, your body's like, hey, hello, thanks for all the calories, that's wonderful, but I need some nutrition here. And then unfortunately what people end up doing is they end up eating foods that then are not nutritious. They're eating the cookies and the cakes and the ice cream and anything they can get their hands on, or they're eating the Slim Jims because it's protein. And they end up giving their body a whole bunch more calories and fat and stuff, but not nutrition.
Right. And I just wanted to mention, let's not forget about beans, legumes, nuts, and seeds.
Absolutely.
Very nutritious food, very good starches. They're bulky, so they fill you up. And you want to know where you're going to get your protein? Well, actually, I did a meme over the weekend, and it's this cow looking like he's saying, "What are you saying?" And the little thing is, "Where do you think I get my protein from?" And that's the thing. Animals don't make protein; they get their protein from plants, and then we don't. But then the Standard American diet eats the animal. So, it's like cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
And eat the plants directly. You'll do much better.
But yeah, beans are another good one. Beans are a great place for you to get starch and nutrition and fiber and protein and all of that really, really yummy stuff.
We eat them every day, either in a hummus or she made this awesome chili that I've been eating every single day, and I'm looking forward to that being my meal today.
You're gonna eat chili today?
Chili, and what I like to do with the chili is I actually take some spinach and I put that at the bottom, and I'll put some other green leafy stuff in there.
You put red cabbage?
I'll put red cabbage in because I like that, makes it like
we
that
eat a
crunch.
lot of red cabbage.
We do, but the red cabbage makes it chunky, and then I'll put the bean chili on top of that and heat that all up, mix it up. I even throw some mustard seed in there, and we have some broccoli sprouts.
Yep.
I mean, you're talking about a nutritious meal.
That's a nutritious
And
meal.
when I'm done, I cannot eat again for hours because my stomach's like, my mind said, you just did all you need to do, son.
We're good.
Go relax.
Yeah, Kristen, absolutely. Beans every day is a phenomenal food.
And it should be part of your diet every single day.
And it's so easy to get. The hummus is a great way to get it. Mix it in everything. I made no tuna salad yesterday, which has beans in it.
You made a black bean dip.
I did. I made a black bean dip. There's a lot of different ways you can get beans, and those are going to give you a lot of nutrition, a lot of bulk. They're going to make you feel full. And we've told you before that for us, what we do is we eat usually, not on a fasting day, but obviously usually, we eat a big breakfast. You guys have seen our breakfast. It's got the starch in the oatmeal. It's got fruit and nuts and seeds and all the really heavy nutrition in it. And then plus about 1,000 calories, which is awesome. And then we're good till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Then we'll eat lunch, which is usually whatever I make.
It's not even lunch, it's the next meal.
Whatever the next meal is, we eat at like 3 in the afternoon. And that's usually a pretty good sized meal, although not as heavy as breakfast. But a lot of nutrition, like Russ said, a lot of greens, beans, and that kind of thing. Hey, Tammy. Would love your chili recipe. My chili recipe is called Throw It In There Chili. And it's pretty much whatever's available, throw it in there. It's on the website available to members. So, that's Throw It In There Chili. Anything you have in the house, throw it in there, put some chili seasoning in it, cook it up. It's yummy. This one turned out sweeter than usual. Because I had some apples left over, and I was like, chop them up, throw apples in there. Because that was good. And I saved my bean water from boiling beans and use it to for veggie broth.
Awesome.
Absolutely, as long as you soak your beans first, because otherwise it has the gas in it from the beans that can bother some people's stomach. Not everybody, but some people. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then when we eat, whatever our second meal is around 3 o'clock, and again a lot of nutrition, and then we're kind of done because we don't have that munchie at the end of the day because our bodies are like, we got nutritious, we're good.
Sorry, no room.
We're good. And so I might have some cashews or some almonds or something.
Yeah, I like having dried figs.
Just to have a munchy thing, but we don't eat another meal because we're good. We got a lot of nutrition.
Yeah, we're 2 meals a day. That's about where we are.
So if you're struggling with losing weight or having that end of the day craving stuff, I would bet it's a calorie density thing. You probably need to think more about nutrition and where you're getting your actual nutrients, and that will probably help.
And just this as a side note, and you can't cure that with supplements.
No.
You can't take vitamins and vitamins. Oh, when I got my nutrition, I'm not going to be hungry. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work like that.
It has to be in the food.
Yeah, it has to be the whole thing. So if you would like some help kind of figuring that out and sorting through that for yourself, go over to rnrjourney.com and book a session with me. I'm happy to have that conversation and help you figure out what it looks like for you to increase the nutrition density in your eating so that you don't have those issues in the afternoon. You can also go to our webinar at howtofeedahuman.com where we have some foundational psychology stuff and the basics to how to eat this way. So, is there anything else? Make sure you like and share. Like and share. Do us that favor. Make sure you let other people know about us because we don't do this for our health. We do it for yours.
Right.
Anything else you want to say about calorie density?
I think that's it.
All right. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, indeed. And so with that, we will say, eat real food, mostly plants. Have a great day,
Have
guys.
a good week. We'll see you tomorrow.